Grand Rising Collective. Holy moly, it's 11:11. It is Monday, April 27th. Happy Monday, Collective. So I hope you guys are doing well. I'm here to bring you some messages, obviously, and I want to talk to you about some stuff that I tried to get out about a week and a half ago, and it's like the enemy didn't want me to expose this. But anyway, I have wrote it down so I wouldn't forget and I could come back to it. All right, my love. So I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I surely did. God is good. I'm super blessed, and you know, I'm happy. I'm content. You don't have to be a billionaire or millionaire to be content, you know. True richness is being spiritually rich, not physically rich. Yeah, so get a clue for those of you who put mammon before the Most High. All right, my love. So if this message resonates with you guys, take it or leave it, okay? If you guys would like to donate, it would be greatly appreciated. I really do need help, Collective. I really don't like to be begging or asking or anything, but Father tells me closed mouths don't get fed, and to ask, you know, so I'm hoping that people would start donating again, you know, and I pray to God that, you know, whoever got scammed by the person that is impersonating me, trust me, Collective, they're being watched by the feds and they will be going to prison soon, okay, because they did scam a lot of people using my name, and it's just, I'm utterly disgusted and heartbroken at the same time. So, because y'all always know I'm always here to help people, okay? It's not about the money, but it does help the cause, okay? All right, my love, so let's get into this. So 2 Thursdays ago, on the 16th to be exact, I went out to run some errands, right? And I had one dog with me because my boy, he didn't want to come. So I went and I ran my first errand, right? So something tells me to come back to the house, right? So I said, okay, I'm gonna go pick up my dog. But the urge was so strong, like something was like, hurry up, get back to the house. So as I'm coming and pulling up to my driveway, I see the neighbor's son coming out from the side of my home, the right side of my home, from the yard. And I'm like, really? So when he saw me, he like went pale. Like, this is a dark-skinned little boy, and he literally turned white. When he saw me, his eyes were like, oh, snap. You know, when you get caught, you're like, oh, snap, you know? And I looked at him like, really? You know? I didn't say anything to him, but I was like, I caught you now. And I looked and nobody was home, like, because his dad, whoever, you know, he was home by himself and wasn't in school. So what was he doing home alone, and why wasn't he in school? Okay, this happened between 10:30 and 11:30 that morning, and his dad didn't come back, or his grandpa, you know, the neighbor, he didn't come back to about 1:23 to be exact, because I looked at the clock and it was 1:23 to be exact in the afternoon. So I was very angry. And I wanted to call the cops, but then I thought about, well, this boy's home alone. He shouldn't be home alone. He should be in school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to put him, because I know they would have called CPS and removed him, and I didn't want to put him through that, because I've been there. You understand? I don't want to put him through that, okay? But they claim that I'm a BITCH, whatever. If I really was, I would have called cops and would have been like, bye, and wouldn't give a damn. You know? And the worst part on top of everything else is that all of my cameras were working, except for the one that I have pointed towards that side of the street on that particular one during that time. And after I caught him and everything else, like 15-20 minutes later, the camera started working again. And I was like, what the fudge? Like, that, I found that, I'm like, that's not a coincidence. So I feel like he was put up to it. Okay, they probably figured, oh, well, she doesn't know he's here alone. And they probably like, oh, well, do this, do that, whatever. When she wait for her to leave, watch her through the window. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Because my dogs be back there. I'm like, if y'all trying to poison my dog, hurt my dogs, ooh, I promise you that I will destroy every single one of you. Okay? So that's something that happened, okay, 2 Thursdays ago. Okay? Now, actually, let me just see. What was the child doing in my yard? They're scared. Whatever they were doing, they're scared. They're probably scared. This child's probably scared that they got caught. Okay? This child could be between the ages of 5 and 7 for some of you. Okay? Their parents could have been born in 1975. Yeah, I feel like this child could have been coached or something. Like somebody was trying to, this child could have been threatened or something to do this. Okay, yeah, and this child is scared, bro. Okay, whoever this neighbor's child. So this could be happening with some of you too, collective. Okay, maybe this child is scared that they could be, yeah, justice is coming. Okay, because there could be something that these people are doing to this child, you know. Yeah, collective, for those, excuse me, see, they don't want me to talk. Excuse me, collective, for those of you who, if you guys have been suspecting, maybe you have a neighbor that has children, okay, you could tell maybe these children are being neglected or mistreated or something. Maybe these are kids that don't go outside and play while all the other kids are outside playing, you know, and you feel like this every time you see these children. When you do see them, they look scared and terrified. Okay, there is justice coming in for these children. Okay, some of you, yeah, you might be scared for some of them because there could be somebody here trying to hurt a child and might make it look like it was an accident. Okay, or they could have already hurt a child and try to say it was an accident, but it's not. And so justice is coming. Okay, all right, let's get out of this and move on to the next thing, my loves. Okay. Okay, so last week I had a dream with my neighbor's husband. Yes, I said my neighbor's husband. But before you dirty birds go jumping the gun and assuming and judging, shut your mouths and listen. So this dream with the neighbor's husband was super weird. Okay, and I feel like I feel several things. So let me tell you about the dream. Okay, so I'm going to just be real quick and brief about it. So basically, I was in my garage and I don't know what I was doing. I don't know if I was doing something to my car. Something was going on. Okay, I was fixing something, doing something, unloading. I don't know. I don't remember what I was doing particularly in the dream. I do remember that the neighbor's husband just came and appeared out of nowhere, right? And asked me, "Hey, do you need some help?" And I looked at him like he was crazy. Like, what the hell are you doing here in my property, in my garage? Like, are you nuts? Like, I looked at him like, I was like, what the? Like, it froze me in the dream. I was like, what the fudge? And so he goes to reach out his hand to me, like, do you need help, you know, and reaches out his hand to me. And I went to reach out to it, right? But something told me no, and so I pulled back, right? But it was enough to where I kind of felt and touched, like, the tip of his fingers, and his hands, collective, in the dream were so ice cold. Okay? Like, they were super ice cold. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I think I remember saying in a dream, like, your hands are really cold. And so I'm like, no, I'm okay. And he goes to try to hug me. He's like, I'm sorry, saying like, I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry for hurting you. And I was like, okay. And I woke up. Okay. So I looked up what that meant. Okay. And I also talked to Father. Okay. And I'm telling you that like I said, I'm not sure. It could be trick. I don't know. But he could be feeling remorseful for this, because there have been a few times that I've been outside and I see the way he's looked at me. Like, and you can kind of see, like, there's a little bit of guilt there. Like, he wants to say something to me, but he knows he can't because the court ordered that we're not to speak to each other. And I don't want to talk to him anyway. It's like a need for an emotional connection. Okay, it can also be a sign of like disengagement. Okay. It can also mean somebody passing away or someone who has passed away. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, like, it was just so weird. Like, and I was like, what the fudge? Like, it was so weird because this, I remember the weekend it was the weekend of the 17th, because they went away. I think that's their anniversary, their wedding anniversary, and they went away for that weekend. It was that weekend that I had that dream with him, and it was just like, what the fudge? Like, it was so weird. You know, yeah, it's like they want to, like, they feel sorry, like they feel bad for what they did. Okay, it could not, like I said, it can also mean emotional disengagement. Like, it just means like, maybe they want to come back and pretend and act like they're sorry, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? So it could go either way. Okay. So I was just like, That was really like hella weird, you know? So I was just like, whatever. Yeah. All right, my love. So let's get into these collective messages, and let's get into this. All right, my love. So a lot of you here have a secret gift that creates abundant wealth, and this is why some of you's your energy has been harvested your entire lives. This is why you've had family, the government, secret agents, underground occults and societies, strangers, friends, everyone coming at you, using you for your energy, using you for your kindness, using you for your heart, okay, and your gifts, okay? All right, and like I said, this message is not for everybody. All right, my love, so take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? So yeah, you guys have a secret gift that creates abundance and wealth. All right, my loves, this is why a lot of people too wanted to take your life, because they wanted to transfer your energy, your soul, your essence into themselves, which is like, this is just like Stephen King's crap, okay? Like, this is just sinister and demonic. All right, but you guys, you guys, some of yous were created to guard. You guys are guardians, okay? Like, I just heard guardians of the galaxies. I don't know what that is. Is that a thing? Is that something? I just heard guardians of the galaxy, okay? So you guys are gentle and you're very strong and wise protectors, okay? A lot of yous, this is why you have the confidence and the power of the Father bestowed upon you, okay? Because you're here to protect those who cannot protect themselves. This is why some of us have loud voices like me, okay? Because we're here to cause a roar, an uproar. We're here to be like, hey, don't do that type of nonsense to the wicked ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of you was like, oh, snap. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't even start with you. But you don't know what I'm saying, right? Y'all are old souls, okay? Some of you could like black bears. There could be a significance of black bears. Some of you could live like in Montana, Washington, somewhere where there's a lot of black bears, okay? There's also something about black jaguar. Somebody could literally drive a black jaguar car, okay? But there's something about jaguars, okay? Jaguars are also a very confident and powerful predator, okay? They also have grace as well, because when they're hunting and stuff, they're very, like, you know, they walk like this. They're not like, you know, they'll start chasing the animal. Of course, the animal's going to run, try to save its life, but when they're watching and looking and hunting and praying, they're very graceful. They're very slow, you know, slow approaching, okay? You guys have power beyond this world. Like I said, you have the power of the Most High bestowed upon you, okay? So you guys are being called to focus on what you want, okay? Forget about the negative. Forget about your neighbors. Forget about all these evil, wicked, negative people that all they want to do is just have you choked up and suffocating like they are. No, we don't got time for that, okay? Tell them to go away, okay? If they don't want to change, collective, you cannot force somebody to change. You cannot take on people's burdens like that and try to hope, if I keep doing that, they're going to change it. No, honey, no. You could put a gun to somebody's hand, tell them, hey, if you don't change, I'm going to blow your brains off. Well, then I guess I'm going to die. There's just some people that are like that, and you just have to accept that, okay? Only Father has the power and the ability to unharden a hardened heart, okay? Like he did with the Pharaoh, okay? Well, actually, yeah. Because Pharaoh eventually let him go, you know, after the loss of his child and stuff, but he still came after them. So Abba was like, oh, okay, so you're still going to come after them after all this, after everything. Okay, well, that's why he drowned them. All right, let's continue. Raccoon, okay? All right. Y'all could be seeing a lot of raccoons, okay? And raccoons are inventors, okay? A lot of people could... When they look at raccoons, they always think negative. They always think of a thief, somebody trying to steal, you know, somebody trying to be slick and slide, okay? But if you look at the positive side of raccoons, raccoons are inventors, okay? They're very smart animals, okay? And they just, they have integrity, okay? All right? Some of you also are being called to Just be your authentic self. Don't try to be like everybody else, okay? If you are an intuitive reader like me, I'm an intuitive reader. I like to read Oracle. I get a lot of messages, which is why I'm constantly, you know, writing things down on things. Like, it's just so much stuff that I see that I get. And it's always been like this for me since I was a little girl, okay? That's why I used to write a lot, too, when I was young. Okay, I used to have those, you remember those 5-subject notebooks? Yeah, I used to have a bunch of those with messages, songs, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so raccoons also have many, like, they're considered to have different personalities. Okay, they juggle different roles. Okay, so you're being called to do as well. All right. And we have the horse here, okay? So the horse represents freedom. It represents stamina, okay? Excuse me, it represents endurance, okay? Horses are pure and free, okay? And a lot of people hate you for this, collective, okay? Because a lot of you are celibate like me, and I forgot to mention that on March 28th was my 6th year of celibacy. Yay! Thank you, Papa. I totally have forgot about it until the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's right. You know, once you're this already in, you're just like, okay, it's like nothing. It's like, okay, whatever. I'm celibate, you know, it's awesome. All right. So you guys were definitely created for a greater purpose, collective. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, okay? And as long as you stick with the Most High, you have unlimited resources. You have unlimited power, energy, protection, love, the whole 9 yards, all right? So keep following the winds of change, okay, so that you can accomplish your dreams, okay? Because I do feel that there is going to be a lot of divine intervention going on if it hasn't started already for a lot of you, okay? Because there's still people in your energy, in your face, right under your nose that are still trying to take you out, collective. Still, it's 16:55 when I said that on the timer. They're still trying to hurt you and destroy you and steal what's yours, okay? And Father says, wow. I was going to say, it's your time to shine. And before I cut off, I was going to say, Father says, no, like, no more of this. And look, what's the next part right behind it? No. I got chills right now. Okay, yeah, like, no. Father's like, yeah, no. Your name is written in the book of life, my loves. Okay, and it's your time to shine. Okay, you are an immortal being. Okay, and this is why these people couldn't take you out. Okay. All right, you guys are going to be, Father says, very victorious in every spiritual battle that you encounter, okay, because he's never going to leave you, all right? This is why a lot of you've been getting headaches and stuff lately, you know, waking up with headaches in the middle of the night, cold sweats, heart palpitating, racing like it's going to come out of your chest, because these people are using energy weapons against you at this time. They're trying to destroy and disrupt your nervous system, okay? So you guys need to be as cool, as calm, as collected. Drink chamomile tea, anais tea, do exercises, do things that make you happy, all right? Try to stay as high vibing as powerful, okay? Because I cannot make it up. Didn't I just say that the power of Father has been bestowed upon you? The Father of God is upon you. I cannot, yes, okay? Okay, live your life worry-free is what Yeshua and the Most High is saying, okay? Yeah, again, it's your time to shine. It came out twice. All right, my loves? It is your time to shine. I'm hearing, I'm this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm hearing that song. Okay, you have good law officials on your side. All right, that is watching and protecting you as well. Okay, because I know a lot of you like me are going through some stuff with these crazy neighbors and these people that just are relentless and won't stop and leave you alone. Okay. So I want you guys to know that you guys are good, all right? You are protected. Like I said, just stay away from all these people. Do not engage in any of their drama, their toxicity, their nonsense, all right? Keep looking up to the Most High. Keep going forward, collective. Believe, okay? Whatever you do, collective, don't give up, okay? Yeah, it's time for you to step out of your comfort zone. Father's like, that's it. There's no more being careful and being drawn back and quiet and not, no, it's over. No more napping, no more rest. No, it's done. It's time for you to get into your north node. Okay, it's time for you to shine. It came out twice. Okay, it came out twice. Okay, I didn't even realize I had put that in there twice. Okay, it was for a reason. Okay, and somebody needs to hear that. Okay, yeah, you need to be bold and make the first move. Okay. Anything else here, Alba? Yeah, I'm telling you, collective. Look, Father says there's going to be a win-win outcome. Some of you may have Libra somewhere in your chart. Your North Node could be placed in the Libra energy, which is all about justice. Okay, and y'all saw the Justice card come out earlier in the reading as well. Okay, so yeah, my loves, this next full moon, something is definitely coming. There's definitely going to be a win in something, in a situation, okay, or whatever it is that your endeavors are, okay? This is really good energy. I freaking love it. Yeah, I cannot. I just picked up this deck. Look, a breakthrough is at hand. I'm telling you, okay? There's a lot of birds in my backyard right now. A breakthrough, a breakthrough is at hand, okay? Yeah, okay? Get the bigger picture. Get the big picture, okay? You're going to have a view. You're going to be, your Father's about to elevate you. You guys are about to go from the back to the front, okay? Believe in magic. Believe in miracles, okay? It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing, my babies. All right, my love. So, yeah, those are your messages, babes. I love it. This is good. Okay, yeah, success to expand is about to expand in your life. Yeah, because you've been grateful, okay? Because you've been walking in grace, and you've been grateful for everything that you have, okay? All right? And the more you are grateful, the more happy you become, collective. Okay? So release control and know that, Abba has everything under control. He knows what he's doing, my loves. It's coming. Don't worry. All right, my love. So if that resonates and you like to share, subscribe, whatever, follow, comment, you may do so. And like I said, if you would love to donate, please do so. The information will be in the description box. I also have an Amazon wish list. Okay, I just added a whole bunch of new stuff on there that I would love to have. You know, it's for the business, you know, and stuff and everything that I do. All right, babes. Okay, so I will see you guys another time. Bye.